Guys, that 2000 presidential election was insane. It made Al Gore cry all the time. He was constantly saying, Florida, you've got to recount your ballots. And they counted them again. Florida, keep counting your ballots. He cried and cried and cried. But he lost. He cried so much I got to put on my sunshades. And that brings us to our president who will win the 2000 election, Mr. George W. Bush. So let's begin this. Let's end this up. Get ready. We're near the end. George, who are we looking at? W. George W. or W. Bush. All right, presidency will always be remembered for. All right, what will they be remembered for? What's the number one thing that you will remember about this? Is Al-Qaeda. Al-Qaeda, make sure you spell this right. Okay, Al-Qaeda, I'm going to do the same thing. Al-Qaeda's attack on September 11th. What year was it? Guess the years, guys. Was it 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004? It was 2001. That's right. We call it 9/11 for the date that it happened. September the 11th. In response and with overwhelming support, this is what happens, with overwhelming support from both Congress and the American people, he signed into law the next month to allow the U.S. government to hold foreign citizens suspected of being terrorists for up to 7 days without charging them of a crime. This law also increased the ability of American law enforcement agencies to search private communications and personal records. Then he created the Department of, all right, we're worried about terrorists, Homeland Security. All right, and charged it with protecting the United States from terrorist attacks and responding to natural disasters. All right, and in October 2001, another of Bush's responses to the 9/11 terrorist attacks was his authorizing, it's a war. What's the name of this war? It's named Operation Enduring Freedom. That's right. Operation Enduring Freedom. The invasion by the U.S. military and allied forces into, where will he go? This is where Osama bin Laden was. Afghanistan. So Operation Enduring Freedom went into Afghanistan. That country's, all right, this is the type of government they have. They have the Taliban, which is another terrorist group. That country's Taliban government was harboring all right, who is he? They're holding or helping the Al-Qaeda leadership, Osama bin Laden. The Allied forces quickly defeated the Taliban government and destroyed the Al-Qaeda network in Afghanistan. However, Al-Qaeda leader, what's his name? Osama bin Laden escaped. The invasion of Afghanistan was part of Bush's larger, what's the name of this? It's a war on terrorism. All right? So there's terrorism in other places for which he built an international coalition to fight the Al-Qaeda network. That means there's a bunch of countries going to be involved with this war on terrorism and other terrorist groups. And then in March 2003, 2 years after 9/11, America and the British troops and other countries invaded Iraq in, you remember the name of this one? Operation Iraqi Freedom. Okay. Iraq's president, who is Iraq's president? Saddam Hussein went into hiding while U.S. forces searched for the weapons of mass destruction. All right, that Bush feared Hussein or Saddam Hussein had and could supply to terrorists for use against the United Nations. No weapons of mass destruction were found before Hussein was captured. He was convicted of crimes against humanity. All right, and guess what they did to him? Go ahead and guess what they do to him. They executed him in 2006. Now, who is they? We captured him, but we did not execute him. We gave him back to the people of Iraq, and for the crimes that he did, they hung him by his neck till he was dead. All right, guys, there's the George Bush administration. This party is just about over. Now, before you shut down and totally shut out, I'm going to show you everything you've learned this year according to this PowerPoint. Check this out. Here's the first two standards. All right, let's keep going. You've learned a lot. Get ready for it. Here comes some more. Here's the next 5 through 8. I know you'll remember some of this stuff. All right, get some more. A little bit more, you'll be done with this. Here we go. This is up to Christmas right here, after Christmas, right after Christmas. That's right, and the last bit is the last things you will learn this year. Here they are, the last 9 standards. All right, guys, it shouldn't feel like a lot because it really wasn't. It's really only about 300 words, new things that you learned. Hope you're excited about what you've done. I'm proud of you. The end is near. Let's get ourselves ready. Let's review the rest of this year. I'm over and out. You guys